Hello, it is I, Blue Box Angel, and I'm here for another episode of Death Battle. Hurcule versus Dan Hibiki or something. Dragon Ball Z versus Street Fighter, basically. That is what I know. Yeah, I know nothing about any of both of the characters. Yeah, it's one of those battles. Got my coin ready in case I can't decide after the analysis. So since I don't know these characters at all, I just know what franchise they're from. I might as well just hear what the analyses say, so.
A good martial artist does not become tense, but ready. Not thinking, yet not dreaming. Ready for whatever may come.
But some fighters are dumb enough to ignore the legendary Bruce Lee's words, like Hurcule Satan, the world martial arts champion.
And Dan Hibiki, the Psycho Street Fighter.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Okay.
The Earth was in danger, the future of mankind threatened by a monster named Cell. All would be lost unless a hero could best him in the ring of champions.
The hope of the world lay on the shoulders and afro of one man, Hurcule Satan. Yeah, we're screwed.
Officially, Mr. Satan is the world martial arts champion and chosen savior of humanity. Or so he would have you believe.
Hey, if I could lie that well, I'd make everybody think I'm king of the world too. Or even God.
But before he was the hero of the people, Mr. Satan went by Mark. Eager to learn, Mark sought to master the art of combat.
Young Mark honed his skills in the dojo Satan Castle, which sounds awesome, but sadly no, he was not actually trained by the devil. I looked it up.
Turns out he was naturally gifted in martial arts, mostly due to his strangely good luck.
Yeah, like when he won his first world championship after his rival got food poisoning. That's not suspicious at all!
Yeah.
Victory in hand, Mark took the stage name Mr. Satan in honor of his dojo and to sound better for the cameras. His victories and explosive personality quickly rocketed him to a life of wealth, fame, and luxury.
Which almost came to an end when he and his master got drunk and made fun of some random guy's ponytail. Turns out this random guy just so happened to be a superpowered immortal mercenary who then murdered his master.
With his tongue.
Remember, kids, sticks and stones may break your bones, but words should never be used against a tree-surfing murderer.
From that day forward, Mr. Satan swore he would never fight anyone whose identity was a secret or who seemed out of his league.
Seemed to forget about that when Cell showed up. Anyway, somewhere along the line, Mr. Satan married a lady named Miguel, and after a round or two in the ovarian ring, had a daughter. Oh, and then his wife died.
Wow, come on, Boomstick, show some tact. Despite his grief, Mr. Satan never let his loss interrupt his lifestyle.
He filled the hole in his life the only way he knew how, with more martial arts. He mastered techniques like his dynamite kick and megaton punch, which sounds like they would make you explode or something epic like that.
But they're actually just regular kicks and punches. He really only named them so he could scream awesome words while fighting. Hey, this is anime after all.
I feel more than a little underwhelmed by this guy right now.
Well, Mr. Satan's techniques were enough for him to legitimately win the 24th World Martial Arts Tournament, becoming the champion of the world and chosen savior to battle Cell. But we already know how that went.
Yeah.
I could watch that over and over. In fact...
Yeah, we get it.
Get away from me, bitch.
Mr. Satan actively avoids fighting those who clearly outclass him, mostly to save his own reputation.
The first time he saw people flying and shooting beams from their hands, he thought it was a bunch of cheap tricks and pyrotechnics. Even after seeing the most epic Kamehameha beam struggle of all time, he still denied everything.
Here's a trick. It's all a trick, I swear. Someday I'll bring it all to light. I will.
I can't believe that you're still saying that.
Yeah.
Just in case he finds himself in over his head, Mr. Satan is packing an assortment of capsules containing jetpacks, disguised explosives, and even missile launchers. Man, if those existed in real life, it would be a TSA nightmare.
If
Yeah.
there's anything he's good at, it's public performance. He often weasels his way out of dangerous scenarios with lame excuses like faking stomach aches, and somehow the entire world buys his crap every single time.
I did it! For years, I've been trying to perfect a variation of the Megaton Punch that uses latent energy to cause a delayed reaction to catch my opponent off guard.
Sure you did.
When in doubt, work the crowd. I love all of you.
Who are you talking to?
Every single one of you. Like and subscribe.
Mr. Satan is
Okay.
a master of deception, an excellent actor, and a complete fraud.
Yeah.
Still, he is strong enough to rip 3 phone books in half and pull 4 buses by himself. And once he actually moved faster than the untrained eye can see, but forgot bullets move fast too.
Well, if I have to say something nice about the guy, at least he's not Yamcha.
Mr. Satan has won the World Martial Arts Tournament upwards of 26 times, although only one of them was legitimate.
Yeah, the other times he rigged it by having Mr. Boo kick everyone's ass and then lose to him on purpose.
Still, it's pretty impressive he managed to befriend one of the most dangerous and untamed monsters in the Dragon Ball universe.
Yeah, that is impressive.
One time he convinced the whole world's population to stick their hands up in the air and then wave them around like they just don't care, but whatever.
That saved the world.
Eh,
Mr. Satan is motivated by 3 things: money, fame, and his daughter, who he seems to prize above all else.
he may be a bit of
Well,
a
at least he's a
con,
nice guy.
but no matter what he's up
When it comes
against,
to that.
Mr. Satan still finds a way to rise above his fears through his own bravery. Wait, did I just say bravery? I meant thick-headedness and straight-up stupidity.
Yeah. Okay.
And he was never seen again.
Oh, the pain. Oh.
Never mind. Okay, now for Dan.
Sexualized in retaliation of SNK's blatant ripoff of Capcom's characters, Dan Hibiki was always meant to be a complete joke.
Dan had no natural talent in fighting people, but his father, Go Hibiki, was a martial arts master with his own dojo.
One day, Go's dojo was visited by Sagat, an enforcer of the crime syndicate Shadaloo. As an advocate of justice, Go refused to be intimidated by the crime lord and stood up to him the only way he knew how.
By kicking his freaking eye out, then Sagat brutally beat him to death in front of his own son. That should teach you to mess with a 7'4" Muay Thai monster.
Yeah.
Didn't. Enraged and distraught, Dan swore he would avenge his father's death. To do so, he sought out a legendary dojo hidden in the wilderness of Japan.
This thing is more elusive than child support to my ex.
Seems like the more time we spend here, the more questions arise.
Yeah. Like, who the hell's Dad?
Against all odds, Dan found it. He was trained by its master, Goken, the same mentor who taught Ryu and Ken such legendary techniques as the Hadoken and the Shoryuken. Dan began the difficult journey of mastering the use of ki as a weapon of justice.
Until Goken expelled him because he just sucked.
Well, technically it was because Goken didn't want his training only used for revenge, but let's face it, he knew he was wasting his time.
Yeah.
However, Dan's determination for vengeance continued. He took the little he had learned from Goken and ironically combined it with some Muay Thai.
This became his very own martial art, the Saikyo Ryu fighting style.
Unfortunately, while that sounds awesome, it didn't really work out.
Dan's fighting style is, well, it sucks. It's awful. There's absolutely nothing redeemable about it. I mean, he can use special moves like the Koryuken and the Denkuyaku.
Which are like the dollar store versions of awesome stuff, like the Shoryuken and Tatsum, well, whatever it's called.
Also, Dan Kukyaku, did he seriously name one of his moves after himself?
Yeah, he's pretty full of himself, which is why the Saikyo style's strongest technique is excessive taunting. He can taunt while jumping, somehow increasing his airtime, and by focusing all his energy at once, Dan can perform a taunt so fearsome it will shock and amaze all who witness it just by being the most worthless thing they've ever
That
seen.
face.
This is the legendary taunt.
Here I come! Hola! What's the problem? Don't underestimate. I'm awesome! Woohoo! Piece of cake!
Now, Dan can manifest his ki into a fireball projectile called the Godoken. In a way, the Godoken is symbolic of Dan himself.
Yeah, it's tiny, pathetic, and doesn't last very long.
Despite this, this, Dan eventually tracked down his father's killer and offered to make his left eye match his right. In turn, Sagat politely offered to reunite father and son. The long-awaited clash of fists began, a clash in which Dan was bent on retribution.
What? Oh shit, he won?
Yes. Dan finally achieved the recompense he had sought for so long and trained his entire life for, because Sagat threw the fight in pity. Completely unaware of his luck and now confident he was one of the strongest in the world, Dan founded his own dojo to unfortunately teach other people his worthless martial arts.
Thanks, Sagat. Not only have you killed this man's father, but you're ruining other kids' lives now too.
You'll be happy to know that not many students actually enrolled in his class, because he kept forgetting to pay his phone bill and did not include his dojo's address in his commercials.
Classic Dan. By the way, what's up with the pink gi?
Well, it was originally white, but then he accidentally washed it with colors.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, making fun of Dan is fun and all, but let's be honest, he's not a complete pushover. He can take down multiple thugs at once, and even endured a beating from Ryu and Ken simultaneously. No matter how many times he falls, Dan will always get right back up.
And remember,
Well, at least he knows how to take
rejected him
punches.
because of his thirst for vengeance? That's because Dan can actually tap into the Satsui no Hado, the evil, deadly energy that transformed Goken's brother Akuma into an island-smashing murderer.
We're not joking here. Once Dan did access his Satsui no Hado to use the dreaded Raging Demon, a move which obliterates the victim's soul.
Damn! If Dan can do it, I can do it! Alright, watch out, Wiz, here it comes! Ah! Ah! Shit! I fell on my keys!
But more often than not, Dan's a klutz whose overconfident taunting gets him into trouble. He is his own worst enemy.
But even after crying like a baby from stubbing his toe, Dan doesn't let any of it keep him down for long. After all, who else will carry on the heroic legacy of Go Hibiki?
Hadouken!
Oh!
Oh well.
Alright, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
But first, your face is in danger, and only I can save it. If you're like me, blessed to radiate pure manliness.
Well, while this commercial playing, since they're both not that strong, I'm probably gonna go with Hurcule. Not even gonna flip the coin. But yeah. Just gonna go with Hurcule. Advertising for Dollar Shave Club. Just waiting for this to end so I can unmute it. Because honestly, I don't care. Okay, anyway.
For our next round, our beloved savior of mankind, Hurcule Satan! And the challenger, the infamous creator of the Psycho Arts, Dan
Wait, I just realized these are both not good fighters. They might end it in a draw. But most likely Hurcule will win.
Nice moves, Hibachi. How about you ring yourself out?
You wish, chump. I hope you're ready for a beating.
Here we go. Just as pathetic as I expected.
Ha! A weakling like you stands no chance.
It looks like Mr. Satan wants to end this quickly. Which of his patented finishing moves will he use?
Dynamite King!
Oh my god! What's this? He's avoided the champion's most devastating attack!
Ha! I psyched him out. He'll be too terrified to throw a single punch.
I will admit, this is still kind of entertaining.
The glory of Psycho!
Ow!
And now, behold my ultimate attack! Shinku!
No. Is that what I'm thinking is? What do I do? I couldn't dive off the arena. I slipped due to my sheer muscle mass. Holy crap, how long is this gonna take?
Wow, I did the fart sound effect before he did.
Yeah! I've done it! After years of training and grueling exercise, this pathetic pony's cheap tricks won't work on me! Ha!
Astounding! Who knew the secret to countering such an attack was to act like a coward?
Yeah! Wait, what?
What's this? Is it just me, or has Mr. Satan illegally smuggled weapons into the arena?
That's nothing.
My backup plans! I can't go out like this! What? I've never seen these before! Obviously, my challenger snuck them into my road to get me disqualified! Can't even face me like a man!
Oh, sweet, a jetpack!
What?
Yeah. Time for the next evolution of my martial art! Ultimate Rocket Booster Psyche Doom!
Well, that's disappointing.
Only one more capsule left, but I don't remember what's in it. You gotta think of something fast. This guy's good. I can't track his movements.
What the heck? I mean, what a spectacle! Can't be planning!
Even the announcer doesn't even know what's going on anymore. Well.
Ah, crap.
I can't believe it, folks! The match is still on! And Mr. Satan's limitless tenacity has worn down the challenger!
Aha! Yes, that's right. I tired him out. Me, Mr. Satan. That was my plan all along.
Still going.
What am I doing? I can't lose to this Joker. I have to win! For my father!
Oh boy.
Oh, man!
Watch closely. You're about to witness the real deal!
It looks like this is the end!
Yeah! This is over!
Oh, man!
Whoa! I've never seen anything like that! He so hard he turned into a jukebox! It can only be the Kensu technique, the karaoke punch!
Oh my god, I can't believe that happened. Don't need to change my pants.
Hurcule Satan!
Now he can disappoint his father in the afterlife.
Hurcule Satan and
That was one of the most pathetic deaths I've ever seen in this show.
Before the Cell Saga, Mr. Satan was actually a legitimate world champion.
Unlike Dan, who only has one confirmed
Yeah.
name to his name, and it was handed to him out of
Yeah, that's
pity.
one of the reasons I chose
Time and
Hurcule.
time again that he is stronger than the average athletic man.
Because
He once
he
pulled
still actually
four
fought
buses, which is
and won
60 tons, and
at
then
least
he
once.
punched through one of them. That's a sheet of steel right there. Dan struggles to throw a single guy over his shoulder.
Mr. Satan once broke through a tower of 19 tiles with a single chop, and is the only character in Dragon Ball history to have fought both Cell and Majin Buu and not die.
Think about that.
Dan's key attacks were his ace in the hole, but in true Hibiki fashion, it amounted to nothing but failure. Just like the time he managed to pull off the Raging Demon, only to be stopped by a high school girl's backpack.
Key to Dan's failure came from within.
The winner is Hurcule Satan.
Okay, who's one of
Next
the
time
two
on Death
that's gonna
Battle.
fight? Do I know them? Oh. So, a RWBY character, huh? Okie dokie.
Hey, I'm Chad, I play Boomstick.
Great.
And I play Wiz. And we are super excited that Yang from RWBY is coming to the next death battle.
Yeah, and this time it's going to be a 3D animated fight by this guy. He's mocapping it as we speak.
He doesn't always dress like this.
Yeah, this is
What do you?
mocap
It's the
thing.
mocap suit.
This is what I wear every day.
But who is Yang going to be fighting? You can stick to our social media, and we will let you know very soon. Just go find us on Facebook, official SA, or on Twitter.
Okay, great. And the thing is, I was planning on doing commentaries on RWBY at a later date, but which means if I watch this death battle, I'm gonna get spoiled on RWBY. Which means I have two options here: marathon RWBY, which probably would take a long time, or just go ahead and just watch it for the sake of spoilers. Or I could not watch the death battle at all and just skip it until I'm done with RWBY. But I'll have to think about it. But otherwise, again, that was probably one of the more pathetic deaths of Death Battle. I'm not saying it's the most. I have to run by a couple of them. It's, you know, the ones that are like joke fights. Like, just like, he died by swallowing a capsule that formed a jukebox inside his body. That is awesome and gruesome, but not as awesome as some of the deaths that have been performed in other death battles. At least those were, you know, had flair to them. They had a boom factor. They had wow. No, just he blew up. He blew up. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I enjoyed this battle. Yeah. Anyway. Should I marathon RWBY for this? And when I mean marathon RWBY, I mean marathon reactions of RWBY. I'll have to think about it again. I'm not going to confirm it or deny it, because if I confirm it and I don't do it, then people are going to be like, oh, you didn't do it! But if I say I didn't do it, and I don't want to say I don't want to do it, I don't want to say I'm not going to do it, I don't want to say, hey, I will do it. I'll have to think about it. You know what? You'll know if they are uploaded. There, that's how you'll know. If they're up. Okay? Anyway, this is Blue Box Angel. Until next time, goodbye.